on the earnings as well. Well, that, of course, was the management of Page Industries highlighting how their revenue as well as volumes have managed to beat the street expectation, and product innovation, which continues to fuel growth for them as well. Let's welcome on board now Rahul Shah and ask him about what he's making of the current market. Rahul, hi, good morning. Great to have you on the show. Rahul, as QSR struggles when it comes to the consumption piece, some of the other players like Honasa, Nykaa, LG, we just heard from the Page management. What are you making of some of these, other consumption trends in the market?
Hi, good morning. I think two, three things, what I understand and what if you look at this Q4 earnings as well in most of this consumer companies, what you named. So starting with Page, we had a long discussion from the management side. And what we believe, I think, strong performance, upbeat on the sales part, 11% quarter-on-quarter growth. And we believe that after a long time, we've seen this kind of growth coming back in Page. And I think, so we feel that I think we've revised our estimates also, earning estimates 4% on our EPS front, and looking at with the update and looking at how the management is keen on, with the product launches through all the platforms, social media platforms, obviously with the stores and so on and so on. I think this courses reward favorables very well. Very few stocks with, with double-digit growths are available in the markets and reasonably priced at this point and this kind of a volatile market. So I believe, I think 14% CAGR growth for next 2 years and trading at 50 times, I think reasonably priced with what we look at in past and sustainable visibility of growth in Page. So I think that remains a strong pack in this entire thing. I think other two, Honasa, Nykaa, I think Nykaa was, in line with numbers. I think most of things, what we street as in and the recent price movement, I feel that limited upside on the stock, the numbers front, all okay, but don't see anything major upside coming on it. But so overall, coming back to the entire consumer play, I think the theme is going to remain consumer pack for till the time when we see uncertainties on the global front.
Rahul, when what's really standing out for me, especially with regard to Page, and I wonder if that stands out for you as well, is the fact that when we asked Mr. Ganesh about demand momentum sustaining in FY27, it was a very, very strong absolutely, which we got back. So that was one thing. I wonder how you read in through that commentary. I know you've spoken a bit about Page, but how best would you play consumption? That's really the follow-up.
So I think best consumption, obviously, it has to be in a mix of, a couple of baskets. I think one is obviously playing something like Page with a strong performance. Second, I think mix of its couple of FMCG names like Marico. Marico usually stands out, to play out in the entire markets. I think this quarter also, I think we saw decent traction all around in front, obviously, and it has been trading at a premium for quite some time, and it will remain with the premium with the kind of market share and kind of product launches and sustainability of earnings. So I think a mixed bag, a couple of FMCG names, and what we in the top back, we like Marico. So I think that Marico and maybe something like Page, one should play the entire theme.
Okay. Right, Rahul, stay with us. Lots more to talk.
Strong jump. Honestly, viewers, we've not seen, or I don't think there were too many analysts who penciled in a 25% plus VNB margin that LIC clocked this quarter. But don't believe that was realistic at the time of listing back in 2022. And surely, surely not at the time of listing, but even now, I believe that it would be difficult for analysts to have predicted a 25% plus VNB margin. And that's because of the shift towards non-par. Really, it's the product mix shift which has led to the kind of numbers that LIC has clocked, plus the 22% APE growth. Rahul, how are you reading into these numbers? And is there now a stronger tilt? If insurance is your preferred space, would you play through LIC?
So I think a sector obviously remains a allocation in the portfolio. One should definitely have an insurance play in the portfolio, and I think a couple of names in it. So LIC, just to talk about the numbers, I think the numbers I think looks interestingly stronger growth in all front, as you rightly pointed out, the VNB margins as well as APA growth, and looking at it, I think a couple of names which also reported like Max, which were the stronger names in terms of the numbers. So I think a good set of numbers from LIC. I think our preference in the entire stack remains with the Max Healthcare. If we see the again 28% VNB margin, 26% EPIC growth, and way the management has guided for with the new product launches, with the the way to distribution channel also with a strong distribution, not only with banks, but various other institutions. So I think Max remains a preferred bet, and we see the 20% upside in it. Similarly, I think weight LIC is, I think, definitely a re-rate candidate. A lot of people and a lot of in the street also does, have been underweight on it. So I think looks interesting on the LIC front also into the numbers.
Okay, that's the take on LIC. But tell you what, we'll take a very quick break. We'll analyze some of the other buzzers on the other side. Rahul, I want to analyze Auro's performance with you, and then, of course, this charged up move that you're seeing across the pharma space. Anything that's recommended to buy right now?
I think if you look at, I think pharma's play has been in, I think because of the uncertainty, we've seen that most of the pharma names have done quite well. And Nifty Pharma Index also, if you look at it, I think at 52-week high, I think the large names obviously have done well. And I believe, I think there have been a mix in couple of earnings as well. So maybe Sun, which is in the large play, and I think has done quite well in recent times. And I think good to look at the numbers today, which they're going to report. So that would be that could be an interesting play. Second, I think Auro's numbers are also as per expectations. So I think again, stock has done quite well in last couple of months. Again, looks very interesting. I think if you look at a couple of more names, I think Cipla was a miss, and Dr. Reddy was also a miss, but I think in general, if I look at it, I think pharma looks very strong, promising play, I think, in the large cap plays. And I believe Sun could be the better play. Post numbers, I think you have to revisit. And I think obviously Auro reported better than what the street was estimating. So I think Auro also looks very interesting at this point of time.